In any specialized field, whether you're a chef, a mechanic, or an insurance agent, the real experts, they don't use every single tool out there. No way. They pick a select few and they master them. So today, we're going to unlock the Experts Toolkit for final expense life insurance.
And that's the big question, right? I mean, with hundreds of insurance carriers to choose from, it can feel, well, completely overwhelming. But here's the secret. The pros know that expertise isn't about having a contract with everybody. It's about being way, way smarter than that.
And that's where this idea of niche specialization comes in. See, for an independent agent, mastering a few key carriers is so much more effective than trying to juggle dozens of them. It really is about knowing exactly which tool to grab for a very specific job.
Look, the most important thing to remember is this. It's not about quantity. It's about strategic selection. Having the right 5 carriers in your back pocket gives you the confidence to handle pretty much any client situation that gets thrown your way. So you ready? Let's build this expert toolkit. We're going to count down the top 5 carriers that every single final expense specialist needs to have, and we're starting with number 5.
All right, coming in at number 5 on our list is a carrier that solves the kinds of problems that most other companies won't even touch. And that carrier is Sika. Now, they offer their final expense product through Citizens, and Sika's place on this list is really interesting, especially because of a super recent and honestly critical update they just made. Sika's specialty, their bread and butter, is offering first-day coverage for conditions that are an immediate no from almost everybody else. I'm talking recent cancer survivors, congestive heart failure, even clients on dialysis or using oxygen 24/7. And they also just recently added true Social Security billing, which is a total game changer we are absolutely going to break down in just a minute.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Number 4. This next carrier fills a very specific, and I mean very important, gap in the market. And that would be GTL, or Guarantee Trust Life. These guys have been a staple in the Experts Toolkit for years, and it's for one simple reason. They totally own their niche. GTL's real strength is its graded product. So for those clients with some health issues who just won't qualify for the very best rates, GTL is a much better deal than a guaranteed issue plan. The kind with no health questions but higher costs and long waiting periods. GTL gives them better coverage at a better price, which makes it an invaluable tool. Plus, and here it is again, they also use that true Social Security billing system. Okay, so I've mentioned true Social Security billing a couple of times now. Before we hit our top 3, we've got to pause and really break this down. Seriously, this is one of those insider details that can literally make or break an agent's business because it has a huge impact on keeping clients. So what is it? Well, think of it as a smart billing system. It follows the Social Security calendar perfectly. So when benefits get deposited early, because of a weekend or a holiday, this system drafts the payment on that exact day, not later. And for clients living on a fixed income, this is absolutely critical. Here's how it plays out in the real world. Let's say your client's payment is due on the 3rd, but the 3rd is a Saturday, so they get their government check on Friday. Standard billing might wait until Monday to try and pull that payment. But what happens by Monday? For a client on a tight budget, that money might already be gone. But true Social Security billing? It drafts on Friday, the very moment the funds arrive. The payment goes through, the policy stays active, and your client stays protected. It is a massive deal for attention. All right, now that we get just how crucial that detail is, let's get back to the countdown. The top 3 carriers, these are the ones that really bring it all together. We're talking competitive pricing, great service, and their own unique, powerful niches.
So kicking off our top 3 is a household name. This is a company that pretty much everyone recognizes.
Of course, it's Mutual of Omaha. I mean, so many of us remember them from that classic TV show Wild Kingdom. And you know what? That brand recognition is a seriously powerful tool all by itself. But here's the real reason they make the list today. Lately, they've become incredibly competitive on price. So if you've got a healthy client who's maybe looking to replace an older, more expensive policy, Mutual of Omaha is often the perfect tool for that job. They're a true price buster. Just, you got to keep that standard billing system in mind.
All right, we are so close to the top. The number 2 spot, this one goes to a carrier that provides some incredible solutions for some very specific and really hard-to-place health conditions. And that carrier is Royal Neighbors of America. They have been a top contender for years and years, and for a very good reason. Royal Neighbors is an absolute powerhouse for specific niches. They'll offer first-day level coverage for clients with conditions like COPD, lupus, MS, Parkinson's. These are often really difficult cases, but Royal Neighbors handles them. They also make the application process so much easier with things like text and voice signature options. And as a women-centric organization, they offer some really great extra member benefits, especially for female clients.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The number one, the must-have, the absolute cornerstone carrier in the expert's final expense toolkit is
American Amicable. Look, for several years running, this company has consistently proven itself to be the top choice for final expense pros. And it's not just for one reason, it's for a whole bunch of them.
American Amicable is just the total package. They have arguably the best true Social Security billing in the entire business. They actually draft payments at 3 a.m. just to make sure they get paid. They give agents amazing flexibility, like letting you easily redate a policy after a missed payment without some big hassle. They cover tough niches like recent DUIs or felonies. And their underwriting even lets agents add notes to clarify a situation, like explaining why a client is on a certain medication. They do everything well. So there you have it. That is the complete Experts Toolkit. Now let's do a quick recap so you can really see how each piece of this puzzle fits perfectly into place. See, this isn't just some random list. It's a complete system. You've got SICA for the most severe health risks. You have GTL for those graded plans. Mutual of Omaha is your price buster for healthy clients. Royal Neighbors handles those unique medical niches. And American Amicable, it's your rock-solid, all-around champion. With these 5, you're prepared for just about anything. You know, the lesson here really goes beyond just insurance. In every single profession, there are these insider secrets, those crucial little details, kind of like true Social Security billing, that separate the amateurs from the experts. And it just makes you wonder, what's that critical, often overlooked detail that defines true mastery in your field?